Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. My name is Veritas, and welcome back to Destiny. Now, today is Tuesday, reset day. That means all of your activities have been reset, new modifiers, new featured raids, etc. First things first, let's check out the Crucible. Your featured playlist this week is Mayhem Clash. Pretty fun playlist there. You know, super low stress, pretty fun to mess around with. First completion of this will award you with a treasure box. First three will each award you with 10 marks each, total of 30 there. Your featured playlist down here: Control, Supremacy, Elimination while Trials is inactive, Salvage, and finally Rumble is back again. I need this for my record book, but that's pretty good. So 15 marks for each of those as you complete those throughout the week. Enjoy, have fun. You know, GLHF, have fun with that. Weekly story playlist has modifiers Brawler and Match Game. Brawler means Guardian melee damage is increased, and Match Game means that shields take damage from the appropriate weapon types or element types. So, you know, if you go against an arc shielded captain, use an arc weapon, etc. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. First completion here will award you with a treasure box. First 5 award you with 20 marks each, total of 100 marks there. Good for getting your marks back if you so need those back. Moving into Seva Crisis Heroic Sharks this week, we have Solar Burn, Specialist, and Juggler. Solar Burn means that solar damage from all sources is doubled. Specialist means that your special weapon does double damage while your primary and heavy do 30% reduced damage. And Juggler means that no ammo drops for your currently equipped weapon. If you're running around with a shotgun, switch off of it or else you're not going to find any special ammo, etc. Whenever there is a burn, I always recommend finding a chest piece that reduces that burn's damage. Specifically, Solar Burn this week, you need Solar Burn Defense. Find a chest piece that has this, reduces incoming Solar Burn damage. This will negate the doubling from Solar Burn, basically making it so you receive normal damage while still dealing double damage. And with Specialist active with Solar Burn, I always recommend pulling out the nice old Lord of Wolves. This is a exotic shotgun from the Prison of Elders, but since it is technically based on a pulse rifle code, it didn't get nerfed with the shotgun nerf, and it still does critical damage, which means you do insane damage with Solar Burn and Specialist, and critical. So you're essentially doing 4 times damage critical, whatever critical modifier is on top of that. So it's an unnecessary amount of damage. It's also very helpful for team play. Nice Devil's Touch here if you want to, help your allies and things like that. It's kind of a useless exotic in terms of its perk, but the amount of damage this thing can do with Specialist and Solar Burn makes it more than worth using. So if you happen to have a nice Lord of Wolves, go ahead and use that. If you want to mess around in the strikes this week, it makes them incredibly easy when you just 2-tap a boss with the damn thing. I don't recommend doing that. It's a bad idea to get that close, but things like that. Anyway, other things for the strikes. First completion of this will give you a treasure box. First 3 will give you 10 marks each for a total of 30 there. If you're looking for marks, that's how you get them, as well as other things like that. But moving into the Nightfall Strike, this week we have Blighted Chalice, pretty fun, Voidburn Brawler, Fresh Troops, Airborne, and Daybreak. Interesting set of things there. Voidburn doubles the amount of void damage from all sources. Brawler means your Guardian melee damage is increased. Fresh Troops means there's more stuff in every troop deployment, so there's more things to kill. Airborne means you do more damage while in the air. And Daybreak means Mayhem's active, so your abilities come back incredibly quickly, if not nearly constantly. Rewards there, unknown, so exotics, ghost shells, emotes, sparrow toolkits, skeleton can, your first completion for the week. Daybreak makes this pretty easy, pretty interesting there, so messing around with Mayhem makes it pretty fun. Voidburn, I would recommend throwing on a chest piece that reduces incoming Voidburn damage. Looks something like this. Voidburn Defense, like I said, same thing with Solar Burn. This one's just Voidburn Defense. I recommend pulling that out if you happen to have a chest piece that does that, just to help a little bit with the Voidburn nonsense and things like that. The featured raid this week is Crota. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was Vogue. I wish they didn't put these out in the wrong order, because it's confusing every time it goes from Wrath of the Machine to Crota. It just doesn't make any sense to me, chronologically or whatever. Death Singer Challenge and Crota Challenge active this week. Ornaments drop from both of those. Total of 3 there, 1 for each challenge and 1 for raid completion. Raid set gear, unknown rewards, exotics, things you can put ornaments into, armor, elemental weaponry, etc. Enjoy your Crota raid if you're still doing Crota raid. I don't really know if anyone is still doing Crota raid. Anyway, let's head to the Reef this week. Moving into the Reef, head to the Vestian Outpost and talk to Petraven. She has some taken bounties for you that reward you with Queen's Wrath reputation. That's a mouthful. While you're there, head over to Varg to get your Elder Sigil as well as your Prison of Elder bounties. Once you've done all of that, head out to the Director and we'll head to Challenge of the Elders. Challenge of the Elders this week has Berserk melee kill bonus and Small Arms. Berserk means the enemies will not flinch even after massive damage. Small Arms means your primary weapon does double damage, while your special and heavy do 30% reduced damage, and melee kill bonus means you get more points for your sigil when getting melee kills. So enjoy that. It's actually not a bad week at all. I really like it when they combine small arms with berserk, because when enemies don't flinch, you can easily get headshots. Small arms and, precision kill bonus would be, berserk, precision kill bonus, and small arms would be like the best combination of things, but melee kill bonus is also not bad either. Rewards for this: legendary engram, 10 marks for your first 3, total of 30 there. If you're looking for that kind of stuff, this would be a good time to try to get your Lord of Wolves. I think that still drops from that. It might come from a package, actually. I'm not entirely sure how they reworked that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for here. Head to the tower, go down and talk to Lord Shax. He will have 2 bounties for you. I believe those are Supremacy and Control. Those drop Nightfall tier rewards upon their completion. Always worth to do those every single week. While you're in the tower, go down and talk to Commander Zavala. Pick up your 3 Vanguard Elite weekly bounties, the Sunrise of which can drop the Year 3 Exotic Sniper Rifle, Icebreaker. Good luck with that. Once you're done with all that, head to Earth and go to the Iron Temple. We will talk about bounties and things along those lines down here, quests and such once we get there. So we'll see you guys in a moment inside the Iron Temple. Alright, here we are inside of the Iron Temple, Felwinter Peak. Going down and talk to Shiro 4. He has some lucrative stuff for you. Always good to, I always mention, do the Nightfall before doing anything else in Destiny every week, because the Nightfall will buff everything you do by 25%. 25% to reputation gains, 25% to experience gains. Always worth doing the Nightfall before doing anything else in the game. Anything that gives you, rewards. So, Corrupted Land is Shiro's quest line. This is a nice quest here. Very, very lucrative. As well as his bounties also being that thing. Killing fallen mages and ultras in the Plague Lands, defeating fallen in the Plague Lands, doing dregs in the Archon's Forge, and captains in the Archon's Forge. All of these can be done inside the Forge, because the mages and ultras do count as the Forge bosses, so that's super convenient. And then just killing fallen in general is pretty easy as well. So here we have, 2,000 reputation with the buff. It's crazy, and even more than that. So I recommend doing these every week, as well as having the Nightfall done to buff that reputation gain, as always. But the bounty he has, or the quest line rather, is called This Corrupted Land Plague Lander. It's actually really, really good. It has a lot of reputation behind it. This thing is to kill things in the Plague Lands. So patrols complete, 15, 5 of which need to be kills, 3 need to be assassinations, 3 need to be quarantine. Assassination is a fancy word for VIP. Trying to get those, those specific ones to drop are actually pretty difficult. It takes like an hour to a couple hours if you can't, get the patrol beacons to give you what you want. But that does drop about 1,000 reputation for your Vanguard, and about half of that for your faction, as well as a couple legendary engrams. So very good to do that every week if you can. Doing the Nightfall first will even give you more reputation than that, so it's basically it's essentially a free rank every week if you do that bounty. But head up here to Tyra Karn. She's got a bounty for you, or a quest line rather. I gotta stop confusing those. Here's a quest line for you called Artifacts the Iron Lords. When you finish it, it looks like this and gives you an Iron Lord Legacy token. That's convenient. But that quest line is to kill things in the Plague Lands, so essentially going around the Plague Lands and killing things. It will fill up a percent meter. Once you reach 100% of killing fallen splashes in the Plague Lands, you get that token. These let you buy artifacts from her that have special effects. The Memory of Yolder is available this week. I always recommend picking this one up, regardless of the stat roll on it, because the removing sprint cooldown penalty makes the game actually function. Also, Memory of Silumar, Memory of Scory. Stat rolls on these in the upper right-hand corner as usual. Pick up the ones you want. Anyway, so I always recommend picking up Memory of Yolder. If you don't have it, get it. It makes the game so much better. It's a quality of life improvement that, honestly, this is essentially a bug fix. It's essentially what that was. It was like, hey, we have a bug in the game. We don't want to fix the bug, so we're just going to call it a feature and put an item in the game that makes you have to choose something in your inventory to get rid of the bug, because that's how game design works, or something along those lines. Anyway, get the Memory of Yolder. Otherwise, get what you need from that if you need it for like an achievement or something like that. But that's pretty much it for me for weekly reset information. Otherwise, it's just nonsense. But my favorite part of Weekly Reset is always opening these treasure boxes, because the treasure boxes let me do things. Like, here are this legacy token. I don't need you. Get away. Go. Out of here. Be gone. Anyway, Treasure Box of the Ages contain everything ever from Eververse, all the packages, all the events, and as well as new things. We're still missing a chest piece and gauntlets, as well as, I think, an ornament or two. So hopefully we get those this week. That would be super fun. Let's go ahead and see. What do we get? Ooh, we got another emote. I am so tired of getting emotes. Emotes and sparrow horns. I might have every sparrow horn. I'm slowly getting every emote. What is that? Basilisk's Glory. That's pretty cool. As well as the Soul Scout. That's pretty neat. So 2 things I didn't have. It's actually pretty exciting. Maybe we can get some armor for once. That would be nice too. Hey, we got the chest piece. Now we're missing one thing. And that means we'll never get it. Because if I know anything about video games, that means we're never going to get the gauntlets will never drop. That's pretty much what's going to happen here. The gauntlets will never drop. So we're missing gauntlets now. We have everything but gauntlets. Fantastic. That's good. I'm glad we're never going to get the gauntlets. Anyway, the Soul Scout, it's pretty neat. Don't want it, don't care. And we got the Victory Cheer, also don't care. Anyway, hopefully we get the gauntlets next week. It'd be nice to get all of the armor from, or the one armor set from this box before Destiny 2 comes out, which, at this rate, it's looking unlikely. That's going to be it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, very much appreciate it. I'll probably see you on Friday for the Zer video, unless I don't do it again. Oops. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, very much appreciated. Check the description for links to series that I'm doing solo and co-op. If you want to see that nonsense like Dark Souls and Skyrim and horror things and whatnot. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, very much appreciated. And as always, until next time.